Spurs play Liverpool in the late kick-off on Saturday. I'm going to talk through the Spurs team, some of the team news, and I'll give my prediction on what I think the score's going to be. It's going to be a tough game. Again, at home, our form's not been the best, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Kind of so unpredictable at the moment, right? If you haven't watched my videos before, please subscribe. It really helps, and share it with a friend. If you're a Spurs fan, share it with another Spurs fan. Appreciate it. So we'll get into the start with. I'll start with the team. There are some bits of team news that I'll talk through, but yeah, let's have a look at the squads. Here's some team news to start with. So for Spurs, it's AFCON. AFCON's kicked in now, so Sarr won't be there. Bissouma, which obviously he's not been in the squad. Injury-wise, we've still got Solanke injured. We've still got Deki, Udogi, Maddison, Dragusin, Takai. I think we'll have some changes as well. Liverpool, they've got, I believe Szoboszlai might be injured. Salah won't be there. He'll be at AFCON. Gomez has an injury. Gakpo has an injury. Endo's out. Frimpong comes back. Bradley's back from suspension. I think that's it in terms of updates on availability. Let's have a look at the teams and just see who we're going to move around. So Gomez is obviously injured. So this just defaults to the game that they had last and who they started. So we'll see a few changes here. So I think Bradley will probably play fullback. Szoboszlai is injured. Frimpong's just come back. I think they'll probably go with Chiesa. They actually haven't got a massive squad depth. It's either going to be Chiesa or they're going to play Isak. One of the two, but I think that's how they will match up. And Spurs, I don't think, based on the last game, Bentancur will play. I mean, he was pretty shocking, to be honest. I think he's probably going to go Palhinha. As much as I like Ray, obviously I made the mistake the other week. Although you'll see, I have done a video that I do actually think it was Vicario's fault. I think he'll go like this. Won't change anything to the back four. Obviously, Udogi's injured. I personally would like to see Kinski given some minutes. Too many mistakes from Vicario. I like Palhinha. I think he's a great midfielder. I think he's what he will go with. Palhinha in the hole with Bergvall and Simmons. Richarlison up top, Mawani on the left. My personal opinion on how I'd like to see us shape up. I would like to see Richarlison drop to the bench. Tell on the left. Probably like that. Although I'm not wholly convinced, but that's probably, I'd like to see Tell get some minutes and play. I think there's a good opportunity. Bradley's a good fullback, but someone like Chiesa maybe isn't going to track back as much, so you may have some 2-on-1 situations with Spence and Tell on Bradley. And if he can hold the width and Spence can come into these pockets, or we do it the other way around where Spence is wide and Tell can come into the pockets and help Mawani, I think we could have a chance. Obviously, Liverpool haven't been on great form, but neither have we. So we're at home. Doesn't mean anything this year. So yeah, I'm not wholly convinced that we're going to come out of this with a great result. First, so far, 0 goals, 0 assists in the Premier League. McAllister hasn't got any goals this year. They're probably relying on Ekitike. Obviously, they've got Isak on the bench. But they haven't got a massive squad depth, Liverpool, and this is a good opportunity for us. Obviously, they've got Van Dijk at the back, who's arguably still probably the best defender in the league. And Alisson in goal, world-class goalkeeper, so which we obviously haven't got. I don't know how this is going to match up. My prediction is that it will be a 2-1 win for Liverpool. I think Ekitike is going to cause us some problems. I could see him sneaking it. But really, this is a good opportunity for us. No Salah. Szoboszlai is injured. They're playing like Chiesa, who doesn't normally play every single game. This is probably the best opportunity we've got in terms of actually having a good go. But yeah, not wholly convinced. I think that's what the team will be. It'll be nice to that because then you've got opportunity to go. Polina can come into the back three, and then you can push the wing backs up. And at attacking position, this is how I'd like us to set up. Tell in the pockets, occupying Bradley and Gravenberch. Spence up wide. Xavi Simons likes to get on the ball in these sort of areas. You have Bergvall down the right channel. Realistically, Kudus is probably going to be touching the touchline. I think sometimes, I don't know if it's the right thing to do. Porro tends to sort of play a deeper fullback role. And Pellegrini will try and get on the ball as much as he can in these sort of areas. That's how I think we'll probably set up in an attacking sense. Simmons and Bergvall trying to play in those gaps in the lines. But it'd be nice to see Tell sort of in this position between Bradley and between Kanate, just occupying them. And what Johnson used to do really well under Ange was if you've got someone like Kudus, he's a bit unpredictable, right? You don't know if he's going to go down the right or cut inside, but this is the area that he needs to attack, the back post, sort of coming in these sort of areas. Obviously, you need to time your run based on if he's going to do an in-swinger or an outswinger. But yeah, look, at the back there, they've got some tall defenders. I don't really think we should be launching long balls in there, long throw-ins. Long balls up to Mawani, or let's be honest, he might start Richarlison, because players like Kanate and Van Dijk are just going to mop up. So we need to be clever and look for some of those sort of like runs in behind. And it might be that Liverpool have more possession, which actually I think suits us as a team. So if I take some of these back, where I believe we'll probably be, it would probably suit us if we're out of possession more. And I think we've got those players that can counter-attack really well. And if you think about it, they're probably more apt to the counter-attack than possession-based football. So let's say that we match up here. You have Ekitike. McAllister, I don't think he'll be like super like Cam. Might be a bit up here. You have Jones, Gravenberch, Kanate, and Van Dijk will just be pinning there. Kirkes, Chiesa, and Bradley. I think the opportunities are going to be, if we're brave enough to try and look for an outlet with Tell. Bradley's quite an attacking fullback, so is Kirkes and Kudus. And get Mawani just playing up on the centre-backs and looking for the runs in behind them here. I think it's probably going to suit us if we do let them have the ball and look for those opportunities to get forward, because Mawani's rapid. I think that's the only thing, like with Richarlison, he's a bit of a fighter. And obviously I think he's top goal scorer for us in the league. But I think that that pace that Mawani's got can really hurt defenders. You've got Van Dijk and Konate that are quick centre backs, but with Richarlison, I think he's not going to beat him in the air. He's going to get out muscled by them, but he can't get in behind because he hasn't got the pace. So, really, I think he'd struggle. I think at least with Mawani, he's not going to win headers. Probably not going to out-strengthen them. But he's got pace that he can use to get in behind, and that's something that I think he needs to use. We'll see what happens. You've got players like Porro that can pass the ball, Pellegrini that can pass the ball, and it may be that we're looking for him to drift into these areas. I still think Liverpool will win the game. Let me know what your predictions are. If there's anyone that you would start in instead of the players that I've put in. But if you haven't done already, subscribe and share with a friend.